So I'm really happy to be here, seriously, to the German metal town we call Leipzig, always.
Welcome. It's your first date.
Yes.
Today, and you did your first performance today. How was it?
You tell me.
Yeah.
For me, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, first day we had to set up this monster kit, from the top. So it takes a lot of time. We didn't have so much time to sound check, which I totally get it, and I was expecting it. But I saw happy faces, and I had a lot of fun, playing the usual stuff and a lot of new stuff which I never played before. I played 6 songs which I never played before.
Okay.
That was fun. Yeah.
So it was completely different, but the sizes of the toms and that's
no,
you play usually, or is it?
No. This is the kit I'm using in the States and back home. This is my regular kit. But the thing is, it was given from Pro Drums, and I had to put all the clamps, find the positioning, so that takes a lot of time. This is a big drum set, so, the usual dance. Sometimes we do festivals, for example, in South America. Every day I have to do this. Tomorrow is going to be easier because everything is in place now, so, but I'm used to it.
How long does it take to set it up? Complete?
It's like an hour and a half was the first time, and then like 20 minutes if you have memory locks and everything. Yeah.
Cool. Let's go back in time.
Yeah.
When did you start playing? What was your first contact to drums?
Lars Ulrich. Like every drummer of my generation, Lars was the man back then, and of course I have huge respect for him and Metallica. I loved every album they made, and I mean it, like every album, I like it. And Lars was the motivation for me to pick up the drumsticks, and I was hitting stuff when I was 10 years old. I got my first drum set when I was 12. Then a huge inspiration was Igor Cavalera. Mm-hmm. And then of course you get into more like progressive stuff, and the more you research. But that's the problem for many drummers. They lose the respect of their first influence, which is disgusting in my opinion, So Lars was playing Metallica. I couldn't play the songs. Now I can play the songs. What does it mean? Okay, I progress, and but I miss those days, and I have respect for every drummer who inspired me.
Okay, so you started as a young kid.
Yeah, 12 years old. I did my first show.
Okay.
And the third song we played was actually the second song was a Sodom song. Mm-hmm. Remember the Fallen, it's easier. And then it was a Creator song, People of the Lie. People of the Lie. I was really, really in love with German thrash. Mm-hmm. I grew up with bands like Sodom, Creator, Special Creator. Oh my God. I used to play every album they had, and Sepultura, of course. But mostly I grew up as a thrash drummer, Mm. I don't know how I ended up playing like so fast and, I don't know.
Did you have lessons back then, or was it learning by yourself?
I had lessons from a guitar player who is one of the best. He had a school, so he knew a little bit about drums as well. So he teach me how to read. I learned how to read from him. His name is Vasilis Baksavanakis, which actually I'm going to see him in May. I play in my hometown after so many years, and I'm going to be there with Virtual Tonari, which is going to be a super event, especially for my town. So I will see Vasilis as well. The lessons, I would say I was mostly by myself, because for thrash and metal in general, there was nobody there to show me. Okay, I will tell you this: when In 2004, I joined the band. In 2003, at the end of the year, I saw somebody playing like blast beats in front of me, like really, really up close, you know? And back then, I had no idea if I was doing it right or wrong. And apparently, I was doing the 1 foot because that's what I heard from Pete Sandoval. And I was pushing and pushing and pushing, and then we played the fastest blast beats. That was an accident, you know?
Okay.
But, you know, man, it's music. For me, right now, it doesn't matter, you know. I try to get motivation and learn from everybody. I mean, everybody. Like, it doesn't matter which style you play. If you have something good, I try to learn.
How does your daily drum routine is looking like? What are your daily exercises, or how many time do you spend daily on your drum kit?
Well, from May to September, we start the tours. I try to act, you know, to take drumming as a day job. So I was like, okay, 8 hours a day. That was it. So sometimes I will go later in the studio because I woke up later because I was working, you know, or something. So I will miss like an hour or two. But that was the thing. And then right there practicing a little bit of everything that keep me in shape and stuff like I really want to play. For example, Latin is not my thing. I mean, I do play some Latin. I know some Latin grooves and stuff, but you know, we don't really have it in any of my bands. So I don't really practice Latin, but I practice a lot of jazz, you know, because we have some parts and, you know, I like it. So, man, it never ends. If you see my practice schedule, it's insane. I try to follow it as much as possible, but the thing is, okay, I gotta do 8 hours a day to become the best. Like a young kid will say, 8 hours a day, I will become the best. And you manage to pull like 3 hours a day. Because you don't have time, because you have, you know, 3 hours a day is good. So you shoot for 8 hours, and you know, even if it's 2 hours every day, but the daily touch with the instrument is great.
What would you say? How would you define your personal drumming style? What makes your drumming very special?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Yes.
Well, for the metal stuff I play, I would say I like the flow. There's a lot of, you know, it's kind of like a dance. You know, it's not like da da da. It's not square. You know. I like this thing. What else? The speed, obviously, which it's because of the music. You know, like the 1 foot blast. The 1 foot blast is like if you can play 1 foot blast beats using 1 foot. At 250 BPM, then you can use both feet and play double bass at 250. So that's a main thing that helped me to play like really fast double bass parts. So that's obviously something special according to fans, you know, drummers. And I like the fact I'm really, really open-minded in different styles of music, because I realize like the more time I spend playing funk music, the best I become as a metal drummer. Don't ask me how it works, but it does work. Yeah, so just spend a lot of hours, man. And I enjoy it. I mean, I never say I go to work.
Yeah.
I don't work. I play. I say, yeah, I'm going to go to the studio and play, which is my job. It's great, right?
Yeah.
So I play. So, yeah, I wish we had like 48 hours a day and not 24, but yeah.
Okay. You already spoke about the speed.
Yeah.
You're one of the fastest drummers in the world. Is it all about speed? To be honest, especially in metal.
Well, the answer is like, how many times you've seen clips on YouTube, like free lessons or paid lessons, you know, me talking about speed? Never. I don't remember. If I get a question and answer, that's not like, let me show you.
Yeah.
it's if somebody asks, of course I have to answer. You know, it's not about speed, but speed is a main thing in metal, obviously. And I love speed, fucking love speed. You know, I mean, many people are like, yeah, it's not about speed. Well, I'm like, name your favorite drummers. Everybody's super fast. So it's a big thing. Like, you gotta have it. You gotta be able to play fast. Everybody wants to play fast. And for me, speed was always mainstream and will always be mainstream. So whoever says it's not about speed, it's about groove, it's a show off, it's bullshit. I'm super honest. It is about speed. It is about being able to play super technical, and you know, you gotta be fancy too, right? Like, you see bands like, for example, like Whitesnake, which I said on the clinic. The drummer, Tommy Aldridge, one of the best. Amazing timing, a lot of motion, you know, which is a part of the show as well, you know. You gotta have everything, but there is no.
I will see them in June.
Huh?
I will see them in June in Berlin.
Oh,
Whitesnake and Foreigner.
Whitesnake.
Foreigner, I love them.
Yeah, yeah, I love this band.
And what about the other side of the high speed? What about doom metal?
Doom metal,
Do you have an
I'm
opinion
not a
to?
fan.
Okay.
I'm not a
Really?
fan. I like some bands, but you don't call them doom. I would say atmospheric, like Tiamat, for example. I like Tiamat a lot. Yeah, but the doom, like ding, it's not my thing. It's not my thing.
Okay.
I mean,
It's too slow.
I'm not bashing the style. It's just not my. I want to play these. Sometimes it's a joy to listen to, but not so often for me.
You already told us that you play different styles.
Yeah,
you
I
play
tried.
metal. You play a lot of funk music and jazz. So what's your favorite style to play? What do you enjoy the most?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything. Seriously, like I said, I spend a lot of time playing pop music.
Yeah.
And I'm not familiar with pop music. I just go on YouTube and type like popular pop songs or something, and I get the most well-known songs, and I try to play along because it's a big school for me. Listening, as a fan, I would say I like rock music. Mostly, I spend a lot of time with rock, Zeppelin, for example. So that's what I will listen. And the past 5 months, 6 months, I listen a lot of jazz, man, every day, all day. Like, if I want to relax, bebop. It's fucking great. It's such a great music, you know. And the more I listen, the more. I mean, obviously I know jazz, but bebop is my thing, and big band. Big band is more like challenging, and could be mainstream sometimes, you know. But bebop is more like old school. It's kind of like let's say thrash. Big band's more like death metal, the popular death metal, if it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. When you played your songs.
Yeah.
I watched you, and when you played the NILE songs, you looked very concentrated.
Yeah,
it looks like work, but when you played the jazz and funk songs, you laughed
actually,
and you enjoyed what you are doing.
To be honest, it's the opposite, because these songs I composed. It's mostly MIDI stuff. I play some guitar there, you know, and I composed them like 8 days ago. So I should be more conscious with it. The thing is, when you play like extremely fast, it's very physical. So it's a matter of concentration, but also like be able, for example, like the balancing. Okay, I play blast beat, and then I do the feel. I got to prepare my body to do this fast feel. So that's where the concentration goes, not on the song.
Yeah.
I think every style has its difficult points. For example, the funk and jazz songs I played today, the dynamics had to be a little bit better. It was too loud, in my opinion, but I couldn't hear so well. So there you go.
How do you write your drum parts? Are you jamming around to the guitar riffs, and how do you develop your tracks?
It depends, because I play for many other. I mean, My band is NILE, Royal
Yeah.
Time Machine. It's a completely different style.
Your main bands.
Yes, the main my band. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of session work, so I have to deal with a lot of musicians, and some of them will send me riffs. So I listen to the riff, I imagine a beat, I'm like, okay, then I have to count it. If it's 4/4 is easy, then I have to imagine like a beat. If it's like a 7/8 and switches to 6/8, for example, then it gets complicated. So I have to come up with something more like fancy or something. But some other bands will give me drum machines, like guides, So they're like, we have this song, there's a little bit of drum machines and stuff, nothing important, but, so I will listen and then I will, make them like a more playable.
Okay.
Yeah. Compose better parts, but on their ideas, because that's what they want.
Okay, but you write your drum tracks while you're playing, or are you working with a software and it's
No. No, never. I can't. I mean, obviously there are some loops that you can, but never the loops that will compose for a death metal track. No way.
Okay.
So I never do that. I never do that. I never deal with MIDI drums and loops because I get my studio ready. All I have to do is go on my studio, listen to something, record.
Yeah.
That's it. I got it. So I got an idea. When I compose something new, then I will just do a lot of punchings.
Yeah.
So I will, take one part, like 4 bars, try something. If it's not good, again, and then again. If I like something, I will keep it, then move to the next part.
Okay.
And then I have a full song, then I have to listen, and whatever gels, if it doesn't gel, then I have to go and do some changes, and then I will do another cleaner take, and maybe 2, 3 on the NILE pre-production, sometimes 10, That's how it goes, yeah.
Okay. And do you feel you have always go to the next limit, especially when you compose death metal?
Yeah.
You have to push yourself.
Yes.
Much more and more further.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's such technical. I always wonder do you remember all the stuff you play?
Yeah. It is challenging,
Yeah.
but if I was telling you like, no, I'm not trying to push myself, that would be a lie. I like to challenge myself. Otherwise, music will be boring.
Yeah.
And every style, like I said, has its difficult points, So whatever you play, of course, you want to be the best. Of course, you want to push it. You want to play the best drums ever, the most difficult drums, but the best sounding parts as well. So it's, that's how it goes. Like, I don't know one drummer who just goes in the studio and like, I'm gonna just play, unless if it's a job or something, and you get paid to do something.
Yeah.
But usually musicians and bands pay the drummers who actually push and play better, right? So the goal is always push.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was my next question.
Yeah.
What are your goals?
Push.
Push
My
yourself.
goals. We finished the best NILE album, from my opinion, and now we enjoy sharing it with the fans live. We did 2 tours already, so I'm really good with that. Very happy with the latest NILE, the Vile Nilotic Rights. That's the title. Very, very satisfied, with everything in the album, the songs and the whole process. Now the next goal is my other band, Royal Time Machine. When I go back after this tour, I have to make final demos of every song, and then I have to record my drums. So the goal is to release an album soon. And also, I write a lot of music with brass, like more funky jazz stuff, which probably I will release another album. When I say release, this is going to be a fun thing, so it's not going to be like a label thing. It's going to be like a free download, just share the music, So for me, the benefit will be, okay, writing an album. That's going to take a lot of hours, composing and recording and all this stuff, and then you share it online. So do you lose? I don't think so, because whoever gets it your crowd gets bigger and bigger. So for me, sharing my music, I think this is the future actually. Years ago was the future. So yeah, I want to just share my albums and stuff and grow get more fans, more people that like my music and come to see me playing. That's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you really enjoy doing the clinics and the live stuff. Yeah.
Yes. For me, the connection with drummers, it's priceless. The clinic thing was always like a big part of what I do, and I always wanted to do, and it's a big honor, man. Have so many drummers asking questions, and you share things, but you have a chance to motivate them the right way. Some of the questions were so honest today, like what do you do there, what do you do, what do you think about that, so I just try to motivate drummers and share some energy, and get some more energy from them. So that's how it goes.
Okay, one final question maybe. You're also a drum teacher.
Yes.
Which advices are the most helpful for beginners, or what do you teach your students when they begin to play drums?
Well, there's a couple things. First of all, what I try to pass to my students, I'm not a drum teacher as a teacher. I'm not doing it as like a full-time job. I'm a player who teaches. Okay. But I play every part of the world. I do long tours, short tours, a lot of flights, so I know what works and what not. So I try to pass them that, for example. I try to give them stuff that they will use in their music from day one. For me, I know it's the right way to teach you how you hold the stick and stay there at 40 BPM and do exercises for 2 years. That's gonna be a great thing. If you do it, it's a big benefit. You're gonna have it forever, but you're not gonna make it. You're gonna be like, this is boring, quit. Okay, so I have to give them like really exciting stuff and the boring stuff. It's a nice balance. That's how it goes. Also, I try to motivate them to, like I did today, we got sound hoops here, get some microphones, get a mixer, get into the recording thing. You don't know what you're missing, because I see drummers practicing many hours, and then they go in the studio and they wait for the producer and all this stuff and have zero experience of what's going on, you know? Oh man, I think you lose like 40% of your performance. Just not know how everything works. So for me, recording anything, like a lesson or like a groove, play some pop music and just check my playing, everything is a daily thing, and I think it's a big benefit. So that's a few things I tell my students. Okay. Buy a mixer, buy some microphones, start recording.
And start playing drums first.
Yeah, of course. Which is another thing. Last thing. They're like, what should I do to promote my name? That's a question I get a lot. Like, I'm the business guy.
Yeah, it's more marketing question.
Man, yeah, it is a marketing question. I'm not a marketing person, Yeah. I say, if you kick ass as a drum, that's what you have to worry about. Do you kick ass? They're like, no, and then you're not gonna make it.
That's it.
Yes, you have to sit down, get it seriously, like work a lot, get inspired, and man, it's so easy to learn drums today. Everything is on YouTube. You just go there and get everything, like the most complicated stuff. Just slow them down. You see everything. You get all the secrets like handed. Okay, so that's what you have to worry. I need to kick ass. If you kick ass, then somebody will find you. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, because everybody thinks it's a business, like a marketing process. Like, no, I wish it was, but it used to be more difficult. But now with YouTube and everything, man, so many great players. All the bands are like,
easy. You only have to put a video of yourself on
a lot of videos. Oh, that's another thing I tell them: get a camera, get your name out there. Yeah, they're like, I'm not feeling I'm there yet.
Yeah, too shy.
So yeah, they'll wait till they go like 35 years old, and finally one day the light comes from the sky, like ready. You know, it doesn't work like this. I got some of my videos on YouTube that are disgusting. I watch them like so bad, but you know that shows the progress. You know,
Yeah,
it's a natural thing. You know, you can't have everything perfect.
true.
Unless if you go to the other thing, the overproduced clips, which is such a wrong thing to do, because everybody's like, oh yeah, check out my clip, and everything's perfect, and then of course the band will call them, come and play, and nothing. You know, I know a lot of things like that, you know, happening to some friends of mine. So yeah, you got to be honest and you progress.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
I'm from the clinic now, and I'm in the mood like this. This is why I talk too much.
No, it's okay. You should talk. That's why
Thank you
you're
guys.
here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So much. You guys are great. It's a big pleasure to be here. Thanks all the crew. They did a great job to help us set up as soon as possible. And thank you very much. Great hospitality.